Yo, I'm Roll, aka Mega Blitz. In today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the most problematic cards in the Pokemon trading card game. And that card is going to be Dusknoir, with that Curse Blast ability, being able to place 13 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. But if you use this ability, this Pokemon is knocked out, so your opponent does get to take a prize card. Which at first you're like, okay, 13 damage counters, but they also get to take a prize card, so it's not too bad. However, the problem with this card is that you're able to kind of set up perfect numbers on your opponent's bench or the active, so it really powers up a lot of other cards in the Pokemon trading card game, things like Dragapult EX, being able to place 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. So with the help of Dusknoir, you're able to kind of set up perfect numbers on the bench or the active most of the time. So much so that some players have actually been able to take 6 prize cards in a single turn with Dusknoir and Dragapult combined, which is kind of crazy. This deck has won tons of regionals, most recently winning the Vancouver regionals by Andrew Hedrick. And the card has been utilized in so many different decks, things like Terapagos Dusknoir, Charizard plays it, Palkia Dusknoir. I've even seen rogue decks like Arceus Dusknoir. Even decks that normally don't play Dusknoir have been trying to fit it in the deck from time to time just because the card is so powerful. Things like Raging Bolt EX, Goldango EX. There's an entire deck that's based around Pidgeot, Bloodmoon Ursaluna, and Dusknoir that did pretty well at a regional in Day 2 at one point. This card has tended to be quite a bit of a problem, even so much so pushing other cards out of the format, like Babarrel. Having 120 HP does tend to be a problem when Dusknoir is putting 13 damage counters on one of your Pokemon. So no more Industrious Incisors for anybody, which really did push out a lot of other decks. Chien-Pao utilized this card a lot, Charizard did at multiple points as well, and many other decks. Even cards like Radiant Greninja that is still seeing play does tend to have problems with Dusknoir. Having 130 hit points, trading a Dusknoir for a Radiant Greninja is pretty good. Both of you are going to be taking a prize card. Another card that really comes to my mind is Armarouge. With that Fire Off ability, also having 130 HP, your opponent is able to kind of shut down your entire deck with just one single Dusknoir, forcing you to set up 2 Armarouge, but then they just set up a second Dusknoir, it doesn't matter. Almost completely destroying an entire archetype, being Arceus Armarouge. And this card is going to continue to be a problem, I think, going forward, with cards like En's Reshiram having 130 hit points being played in that En's Zoroark EX deck, and Hop's Double seeing a lot of play in different decks as well. Having less than 130 hit points does tend to be a problem. Now, Dusknoir is a stage 2, so you do have to rare candy into it, but you also have its predecessor or its middle evolution being Dusclops. Curse Blast, doing a very similar thing but only placing 5 damage counters, is still pretty solid. Being able to kind of power up and speed up the game by forcing your opponent to take extra prize cards is kind of crazy, especially when you consider that Charizard EX does more damage depending on how many prize cards your opponent has taken. Plus, you have cards like Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX, where it's going to be able to attack for cheaper energy cost, even at some points free, depending on how many prize cards your opponent has taken. So forcing your opponent to take prize cards so you can attack for more damage with Charizard, or set up perfect numbers with Dragapult to take multiple prizes, or attack for free with Bloodmoon Ursaluna, can be a problem in the game. And now, okay, you also have things like Fezandipiti EX where you're able to draw cards, but you can do these crazy plays where you get behind on prizes because you've used Dusknoir, so you use cards like Counter Catcher or Prime Catcher to pull up their Fezandipiti EX, play an Iono, disrupt them down to a 4 card size hand or 3, and then you take the knockout on the Fezandipiti, taking 2 more prize cards, and now they've stuck with this 3 card bad hand and no way to get out of it because you just KO'd Fezandipiti EX, which we might get into that card in a different video and how it's really become a problem also, but that's not today's video. So in today's video, we're actually going to be looking at a gameplay footage as well, where I really utilize Dusknoir and Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX to completely run my opponent off the table and win a game. Really just being able to showcase how much of a problem this card can be. So let's jump right in to that gameplay. Already here at that Dusknoir gameplay, really just trying to get Dusknoir set up in Curse Blast as much as we possibly can, and trying to take some extra just prize cards and trying to just kind of power up a Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX is really how we end up winning this game. We're going to start off with a Duskull here in the active spot against what looks to be a deck that's playing Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. We're going to go Nest Ball here. We're going to grab ourselves that Rotom V. We are playing like a Pidgeot EX Slowbro type deck where I'm trying to kind of just take some cheeky prizes and win. It's a pretty interesting deck. I'll actually put this deck list in the description below for you guys to copy paste if you want to try it out for yourself. It was really fun to play this deck. But this was the gameplay where I really was able to showcase just the power of Dusknoir and taking extra prizes and being able to punish our opponent for doing so. So our opponent attached Sparkling Crystal to their Ogerpon, which probably isn't what they wanted to be doing. But they're going to throw a Crispin on there, and they're probably playing the Terrabox Ogerpon deck is the one that first came to my mind. We're going to see that Fighting Energy come down into their hand, and then the Grass one to attach as well. Myriad Leaf Shower is going to be able to get attacked here. We're going to be able to just take a knockout on their end, so they're going to KO a Duskull. So they're up on prize cards. They're already at a 6-5 split, which is not great for us, but does open up some pretty cool things like a Luxray. And I'm really excited for this game because, like I said, I'm really able to showcase kind of how punishing the Duskull and Dusknoir and Dusclops package can be. We're going to Swelling Flash, throw in the Luxray, Ultra Ball, find ourselves a Pidgeot EX, Rare Candy into the Pidgeot, and then I retreat, and then I go to attack with the Luxray here in the turn. First, I grab the Fezandipiti EX, so I think I grabbed the Iono for some disruption, that's right, and then I attach the Reversal Energy, play the Iono, get some disruption, get some fresh cards, and now we're at a point now where, okay, I have two Duskull in play. You know, I have both Rare Candies in hand, and I have a Dusknoir. I have the Quick Search already set up. So I'm in a position now where I can just Curse Blast and take a bunch of prizes. And I'm actually thinking that right now, like, okay, this Luxray is going to get knocked out, right? But I can just go Rare Candy, take a prize, Rare Candy into another Dusknoir, take another prize on the Raging Bull, and then just attach energy to Bloodmoon Ursaluna and win the game. And all I have to do is just use a couple Dusknoir and that's it. Sure, our opponent kind of stumbled a little bit, but we're in this weird position where it doesn't really matter. They've already taken two prize cards. They have 4 left. And I'm like, all right, we're going to evolve into a Dusclops. We don't even actually need a second Dusknoir. We're going to Rare Candy into a Dusknoir. And then I'm like, wait, do I just have it? Because now I go Curse Blast onto the Ogerpon, take the knockout. So they take another prize card, it puts them at 3. And I'm like, okay, so I take 2, puts me to 4. And I'm like, perfect. Even if they have another Pokemon, I don't think it matters really. So I go Curse Blast on the Raging Bolt. And then they take another prize card, putting them to 2. And we don't take any prize cards, but not too big of a deal. We go Nest Ball here. We grab like Fezandipiti, but it doesn't really matter. At this point, I'm kind of just like looking to see if I have energy left in the deck, which I do. I have the Reversal Energy, which is perfect. So I bench the Bloodmoon, flip the script, draw 3. I end up attaching the Defiance Band, I think, at some point as well. But I go Night Stretcher plus 4 Sealstone. And I don't know why I'm kind of grabbing all these cards. I'm like making sure to read Reversal because I just can't believe that I'm going to win this game just completely off the back foot of Curse Blasting my way to victory and being able to just kind of punish my opponent for not having any extra bench Pokemon or anything like that. So we just Quick Search again one more time here. We grab like Thorton, I think. And then I'm like, okay, I don't know why I'm still thinning things. I can't remember what I was thinking in the moment. But I grab another Dusknoir. And then I think I was like, oh yeah, I can kind of go into another play, but I just kind of like forget and realize that Bloodmoon just wins me the game because I just attach and then I Bloodmoon and win. So really just winning this game entirely off the back foot of having Curse Blasts back to back and then being able to kind of punish our opponent because of it, having the reversal energy to be able to just go on to the Bloodmoon, take the knockout. Even if we hadn't Curse Blast and maybe we knock out something on the bench instead of hitting the active Raging Bolt, Bloodmoon does 240 damage, so we're knocking out the Raging Bolt anyway with that Bloodmoon attack. So we would have just used Curse Blast a little bit differently. And like I said, I really think that Dusknoir has kind of proven itself to be a very problematic card in the Pokemon trading card game, and I actually think it's only going to get worse. So let's jump right into that outro. Alright, it's going to go off for today's video. I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section below about Dusknoir. Do you think it's as problematic as I'm making it out to be? Do you guys think that it's not really that great of a card? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you play with Dusknoir? Me personally, I think the card's very problematic, and I think it's really changed how you play the Pokemon trading card game. Being able to have to kind of manage around Dusknoir, being able to get perfect numbers with Dragapult decks, being able to power up your Charizard faster, being able to attack with Bloodmoon Ursaluna faster, pushing out these support Pokemon out of the format is kind of crazy to me, all with just the one printing of a card from a subset entirely. Shrouded Fable had no other good cards except the Dusknoir package and Night Stretcher. That's all the set had. It had nothing else going for it except those cards. And I really think that the Pokemon Company was trying to speed up the Pokemon trading card game, not realizing kind of the menace that they may have printed in Dusknoir. So like I said, I want to hear you guys' thoughts below. Do you play with Dusknoir? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you impartial? I just want to hear everybody's thoughts about the card. So let me know down in the comments below. But if you guys enjoy the content I've been making from the channel, don't forget to leave a like, smash that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And of course, a huge shout out to all of my awesome channel members that you see here, being a part of the trainer club here on the Mega Blitz YouTube channel. That's good it all for today's video. So I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!